So as a lot of you know, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the spokesperson for Donald Trump, went to a restaurant called Red Hen. She was asked to leave by the owner of the restaurant. That's caused a lot of controversy. Donald Trump took a long time to back up his press secretary, and there might be a good reason for that. New York Times reporting that he is now dissatisfied with her. He thinks that she should have walked out of the White House Correspondents' Dinner when Michelle Wolf was making fun of her, and so now he's beginning to think she's weak. Oh, he's the worst. And he is apparently saying that he'll start to grade her performances. How demeaning and debasing. But he did put out a tweet, which I found to be curious/mental, 48 hours after the incident. Here's what he said. The Red Hen restaurant should focus more on cleaning its filthy canopies, doors, and windows. Badly needs a paint job, rather than refusing to serve a fine person like Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I always had a rule, if a restaurant is dirty on the outside, it is dirty on the inside. Okay, let's just note for the record that he barely defends Sarah Huckabee Sanders there. Instead, he's obsessed with attacking this restaurant and their canopies. Let's also note for the record that he's the president of the United States. We have a deeply unstable person as president. All right, but as I read that, I thought, oh, I hope somebody does a story on his restaurants. And thank you, Huffington Post. They step up to do that. Mary Pappenfuss with an excellent story on how clean Donald Trump's facilities are on the inside. So let's find out. She writes, his establishments have racked up scores of violations, including for several critical issues such as fly and cockroach infestations, food stored at improper temperatures, and dirty conditions. That's interesting. That appears to be dirty on the inside. And I know how Donald Trump says that immigrants, actual human beings, are infesting America. It turns out actually it's his restaurants that are infested with actual cockroaches and flies. Let's get more specific. In April of this year, so this is happening now, these are not long ago stories. Inspectors dinged Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C. on 9 food health issues, but only 9. It was written up for unsanitary food contact surfaces, improper food holding temperatures, and improper storage to prevent cross-contamination, among other problems. Well, that's probably the only one. I mean, that's a mess. He's not winning with that restaurant. 9 different violations. No wonder he doesn't like regulations. Then he might have to serve you food that isn't going to make you sick. Well, that might cost him an extra nickel. It's going to cost you a lot more if you eat there. So now let's go back just a couple of years to 2015. In 2015, Trump Cafe and Grill was cited also for 9 health violations. This is a separate one than the one we just told you about. 6 were deemed critical and included dirty food contact surfaces, dirty wiping cloths, and cold food stored at an improper temperature. The following year, it was cited for 5 violations, 3 critical, including roach infestation. It was cited for 4 critical violations last year and for 3 so far this year. So from 2015 to this year, mountain of health violations. It appears Trump's properties are dirty on the inside. I'm not done yet. Now we go to his beloved Mar-a-Lago. I mean, suckers pay $200,000 initiation fee to go to Mar-a-Lago, and then they have to pay annual dues of $14,000 plus whatever highway robbery is happening inside that organization. So if you're paying that much, it must be sparkling clean, right? As you can see, no, not remotely. Look at the filth that Trump is wallowing in. Trump's restaurant at Mar-a-Lago was cited for 13 health violations last year, including for undercooked fish and hot raw meat. That sounds uncomfortable. Just days before Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe had dinner there, the restaurant chalked up a combined 78 health code violations in just 3 years. What was it that Donald Trump said he was really concerned about? Oh, right, being dirty on the inside. Have you ever seen anything describe a human being better than that phrase about Donald Trump? Unsurprising, his restaurants and facilities are absolutely filthy. They're disgusting. And anyone who pays money to go there ought to have their head examined, let alone the idiots who go to Mar-a-Lago and give $200,000 to eat food that is potentially contaminated, and they had 78 health code violations. And you want to talk about the Red Hen? That's what you want to talk about, Donald Trump? Two easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.